Welcome back to Nerds in the Gym. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Marco. And today is October 9th, 2023. Apparently, I'm supposed to be bringing the date back. I went a few times without doing it, and then you forced me to bring it back.
Hey, people need to know what day it is.
I'm sorry if
our takes are.
It's actually insane with this camera angle what my hairline looks like.
Hey.
Like, I'm 23 years old, and this is what's happening to me.
Age catches up to all of us.
Oh, it does. It does. Like, now I'm wearing glasses.
I'd like to think that people think I'm the young one on the podcast when they see you. You look like a professor at like a community college that just first teaching gig.
Like, I'm fresh out of grad school, ready to go.
Yeah, it's a low-paying job, but you need it for your credentials.
Yep. Actually, no, more like the TA level.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
But also, I like to think the students teach you more than you teach them.
All right, class, so how do you want to be taught today?
Guys, we're going outside. It's 10 degrees out.
We're going to learn discomfort.
You teach women's lit. Like, all right. Here we go. This book was written by who? I didn't read the syllabus, guys. I'm sorry. Also, your fear of public speaking will kick in.
Yep, no, it definitely would, and I would be screwed.
Starting having your panic attacks?
Yep.
All right, it's Indigenous Peoples Day, Marco.
That's right. Also Columbus Day.
I don't know if it is.
If you go on your phone calendar,
yes.
It puts both of the days down.
I did see that.
Which it's funny, because I thought, like, Columbus Day was completely phased out at this point.
Me too, but good for Apple for not, like, trying to force anything. They're like, we just want to win. We'll be on both sides. You pick which one.
Yeah, exactly. But, so we both have the day off from work. It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice 3-day weekend. 4-day for some of us. Kind of. But
Marco, you want to get into your medical issues? You want to just do a deep dive?
Deep dive into my hip issues? Yeah, so I've had a 4-day weekend because I had to take time off from work to go to see a specialist about hip issues I've been having. And yes, I'm only 23. And I'm having hip issues.
He has the hips of a 16-year-old canine.
And basically, my hips are misaligned.
So, where Shakira's hips don't lie,
mine do lie.
Marco's lies like a 3-year-old in trouble.
So, yeah, they're misaligned. And the appointment I had the other day now gives us a baseline. And I have to go through these rehab procedures and check in every 2 to 3 weeks to see if there's any improvement. If not, I may need to get surgery.
Hey, if there's no improvement, I'll go with you. I will be your emergency contact.
And you can watch my hips go from lying to not lying.
I'm intrigued because all the working out this guy does couldn't fix his one problem.
Yep.
In fact, it might have made it worse.
Yeah, probably did, actually.
So eat a bag of chips, everyone. This is Nerds in the Gym. Like, Marco worked out every day of his life for the last 23 years. That's right, from birth.
Yeah.
And now he's got this problem. So Eat a bag of chips, drink some beer.
Yep.
Unless you're underage. Have some Sunny D.
Or a Coke.
Have 2 Cokes. Also, I just like that we've been doing this podcast for 3 years now. We're just under 100 episodes. Because we took a few hiatuses. Mm-hmm. You still can't tell when I'm joking. When I was like, oh, you want to talk about your hip issues? You were like, throw me the ball. Finally. I have been hinting about talking about my hip issues for the last 3 years. It's Marco's time to shine. So, don't ever change, because that was great for me to sit here and like, oh,
he's actually going to talk about it. I just wasted 3 minutes of everybody's time having to talk about my hips.
The ones that are trying really hard to support us and listen to this nonsense, and they're just like, all right, maybe there's a listener out there right now that's going through what you're going through.
Yeah, maybe.
Once we get the medications, we'll share those as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm hoping Oxycontin.
Once we finalize this treatment plan, we'll post it to the website. You guys check it out. If anybody's a medical professional out there, see if we can...
Oh my god, we need to have a medical professional come on the show and, go over it with us.
I'm married to one.
I know,
I think it would be very easy to convince her.
And then, on top of that, you also get the joy of having me talk to her.
My favorite thing in the world, and I mean that, is watching you two talk.
It's a win-win for everybody. All right, well... So, last podcast, though, we had a guest on here. So, we didn't talk about Ahsoka.
Correct.
Because that guest had not seen any of Ahsoka, so we were like, let's be respectful of that. Although we did talk a little bit, I think.
Very little.
Yeah, about Hayden Christensen and stuff. But we finally got the season finale. Thoughts on the season finale. And actually, give your thoughts on the season as a whole.
Oh, wow. Marco's growing as a host. Look at that. Series as a whole, just call it Rebels.
Yes.
Don't tease me with an Ahsoka show and then give me Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
started out strong, struggled a little bit in the middle, but then I think it finished strong enough for me.
Yeah.
Where now we have the final. Ezra's gone home.
Yep.
So he can go get help.
Yep.
We have Ahsoka and her Padawan stuck on the planet.
Yep.
With potentially friend/foe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Is that all you got?
No, I didn't hate it. I was just intrigued that they chose to end it on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And the weird thing about it too is I had just found out that originally the show that was listed as a series finale. After the show released, after the episode released, they put it as season finale.
Okay.
And they are now in talks about potentially making a season 2. So a season 2 is not confirmed for this show.
Which is crazy that they ended it like that. So I'm wondering if they ended it like that to get a season 2.
Well, that, or maybe it was going to tie into the movie that Dave Filoni's making in a different way.
Right, because right now this is a worse ending than Rebels had.
Yeah.
You just left everyone scattered.
And, we now have, Balin is still on his mission. We had no closure with him and his apprentice. And, their journey was completely left wide open at the end.
It seems like he wanted to get to this planet, and he used them to get to the planet. Which is whatever they're calling them Norse gods?
Yes.
So you've read, I'm sure, online that they're wondering if he wants to be the ruler of the world between rules.
Yeah, and he's looking, it seems like, for the power of the Mortis gods.
Because they said the owl that they saw on the planet might have been the daughter.
Yes, because she kind of follows Ahsoka around now. But also, I don't know if I have it saved here, the picture of what Balin is looking, or the shot of what he's looking at with those mountains in the distance, with the light shooting down, that is very reminiscent of what we saw when Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka were on Mortis.
Right.
So it may be the same exact planet.
Because the Padawan for him, I always forget her name, put her lightsaber in the sky. So was the plan for them to separate, or did she screw up her end of the plan and not get back to the ship?
I think she moved in a different direction. I think she's just kind of lost. She's looking for her place in the world.
So unfortunately, the actor passed away.
Yes.
So I think that kind of ends.
You think that they're just going to end the story with him?
I think you almost have to. Otherwise, I feel at this point it'd be disrespectful to recast. Because he did such a good job.
So I actually have been reading a lot of people really want him to be recast because they're so intrigued with the character.
I mean, I'd be okay with it. It's just if they find a way to do it respectfully.
Yeah.
Or do they have B footage they can put together to end his story?
That's true.
Because, in theory, you have Hayden Christensen. So if you're using B footage, you could almost have a conversation with Hayden Christensen and this guy, and he blocks him, and they just finish the story that way.
Yeah. And one other thing I saw is they think that he is looking for the mother from the Mortis gods.
Could be.
Because we have yet to see her. Is this actually... So this picture of this temple right here, that is the picture, that kind of looks like what he was looking at off in the distance.
Right,
because he was
lightsaber.
Yeah, because he was standing on the hand of the father. And if you notice with that picture of him with the father and everything, we know that's the sister. Hers is chopped down for some reason. Now, I heard a theory that is because it's Ahsoka now. It's not that same person anymore.
Could be.
Doesn't make sense why the father would be the same. People are thinking that the outline for the brother is Sam Witwer.
Who plays?
He played... so he was Starkiller in the Force Unleashed games.
Gotcha.
And he was the voice actor for Maul in the Clone Wars.
Okay. I mean, it's possible. I mean, they could go any which way with it.
Yeah.
It's if they choose to. I don't know how the ratings did, because it didn't take the world by storm like Mandalorian does.
It had the second best ratings, I think, for a Star Wars show.
So, I think it's worth a shot to keep going with it.
Yeah. Now, all this will tie into Dave Filoni's movie, which is supposed to be a combination of the Mandoverse and this stuff. I think it's also going to be a connection with the Skeleton Crew.
Which one's that?
This is a new show that's coming out, and it just dropped that it seems like it's actually releasing January.
But we don't know who's in it.
I don't know who's in it. I haven't done.
I'm wondering if this is going to be a
it.
reworked version of the Bill Burr former UFC fighter.
So you're bringing that up. What I heard is that show they kind of mixed into season 3 of Mandalorian.
Oh, you think it's already done? They already used it.
They kind of already used what they had for it. Which I don't even remember the name of that show. Whatever Bill Burr's Star Wars show is going to be with Gina, whatever.
Yeah, so, I mean, with the strike over, they should probably start pumping this stuff out. But if this
should.
is only a one-season thing, then I feel like it's a complete miss.
It is. I don't think... I think the intention was the story was never supposed to end here. The movie was going to have something to do with it.
Right. So we're just hoping that doesn't get canceled.
Yeah.
But
so... We'll see what happens.
I like what they did with Ezra.
Oh, yeah, they sent him back home, but without the others.
And he gets to reunite with Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of nice. So now you have two teams working towards the same goal on different sides of the galaxy.
Yep. But it also seems like, are we going to have a season of Ahsoka and Sabine trying to, find their way back? Or are they going to be going after Balin?
I asked the same question. I think it's 2 episodes max. They're on that planet.
So, I think, because at the end, she tells Sabine we are where we're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And she obviously had a connection with the owl, because she knows what the owl means.
Yep.
And then she also sees Anakin, I think.
Right.
I think their mission now is to see what Balin's up to.
Yeah.
And I think that's what season 2 will be, is her and Sabine going after Balin's skull.
Oh, you think they don't reunite till 3?
I think season 3 or the movie, because I heard there's supposed to be Mando season 4, Ahsoka season 2, then the movie.
So that's a good amount of time.
So it could very well be when they find Balin, there's something with the Mortis gods, and the Mortis gods send them back to their galaxy.
I mean, anything's possible. I just, if it's only one season, it's just a waste. I feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, I know there's people that are upset about the Mortis gods.
Yep.
Especially, and in the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. I found something on Twitter the other day that Dave Filoni was not the one that came up with the Mortis gods. George Lucas did. So it's right. So people are upset with Dave Filoni about the Mortis gods, when in reality, he is taking something that George Lucas had made, the creator of Star Wars,
and expands.
And he took it and actually put it into Star Wars, made it canon.
I don't hate it. I think it's just untapped.
Yeah, I think there's a...
Sorry, don't mean to be on with them.
I think there's a lot they can do with it, and that's
right now it's just 6 episodes of the Clone Wars, and then they never touched it again.
I think it was just 3 episodes of the
3 episodes?
And that was my favorite Clone Wars episodes.
I thought it was interesting, for sure.
And so now we have to think, if we get a second season of Ahsoka, and it's pretty much all about that, and builds upon it, that could be so interesting and done so well. It's also crazy to me that there is going to be this massive war with Thrawn. For some reason, the sequels never talk about it.
How hilarious would it be if he gets back and they're just like, you've been AWOL for 20 years, you're not part of this army. And he just has to go live on a farm somewhere.
But it seems like he's making his own army, too. We saw in The Mandalorian that, the council was saying, Thrawn's coming back, the Empire Council. But it seems like he doesn't even want to be a part of that. He wants to be his own thing with the Night Sisters and make those, zombie troopers.
Could be. What did you think of the fight with Ahsoka and, what do they call her?
The Morgan. The
Morgan,
Night Sister there. I thought it was a good lightsaber duel. The one thing is something seems very floaty about the lightsaber combat.
Yep.
And one thing I saw somebody say is, because it doesn't look like they're trying to swing through and actually hit the person. They're just trying to make contact with the other person's blade.
Could be.
And I was saying about it, I was like, that's definitely the choreography seems off a little bit. I still think it was a really good lightsaber duel. It's probably the best one we've seen in live action for the show so far. The Vader one's
series, yeah.
The Vader one's better. The Vader Obi-Wan one.
Yeah. Oh, I just meant this season, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think she does with the blade?
Ahsoka?
Yeah. Or does the blade disappear?
I have no idea. That's a good question. I never even had a chance to process that.
To process it?
I didn't even realize she took the blade?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
And one of her lightsabers was damaged.
I know one of those broke. So I wonder if her having that blade, though, allows her to have a connection or become a ruler of the Night Sisters in a way.
Could be. Kind of like the Darksaber does.
Yeah.
So that's why if they don't do another season, I just feel ripped off.
Yeah. I hope they just do a full season focused on the Mortis gods.
Because there's a lot of stuff in Rebels they could still pull on.
Yep.
So, no, I mean, I'm interested to see where it goes, and hopefully we'll know sooner rather than later if they're going to do another one.
Yeah.
Anything else about Ahsoka you want to talk about?
No, I think that's actually it about Ahsoka. There is some other Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, there is this theory with Ezra. This is probably the last thing on Ahsoka. So you saw like the chain mail thing he had on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying that those are dog tags of stormtroopers he's been taking out since he was on that planet.
Which makes sense.
Which that would be like really cool. And like that would just be awesome. And people are just saying, like, it would be so cool if it really was him just, like, putting these video game numbers up on these people.
Right.
So, yeah, that's about it I think I have for that. There was some other thing I saw. This was about Guillermo del Toro and his Jabba the Hutt movie.
Yep.
He just came out and he was saying exactly what it is. It was just supposed to be about the rise and fall of Jabba the Hutt. So we were kind of just getting a story about Jabba the Hutt's life. And that's about it. So not much more than that. I think it would have been a really good, interesting thing. But just because he's making it and he's a really good director and writer. Okay. But it's not something I need either because I don't care about Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, it'd be tough for your main character not to be able to move quickly.
Yeah.
Or fast. And it's going to be a lot of dialogue. It is New York Comic Con week, though. So
it is.
I'd be interested to see if anything drops.
Okay. So we will have that. Now, I do want to move on to something before we keep talking about nerd stuff.
Yeah.
So we know in the past I have done food things on here. Mm-hmm. Apparently, November is seeing the return of the McRib.
Okay.
Do I need to do the McRib on here?
We can. Just make sure... and then keep the next couple hours free for your stomach.
Yeah, and should I like document those? Should I have like a camera on me and document those next couple hours too?
I mean, you could. I don't think you have to get too graphic with it, but
no.
I mean, have you ever had a riblet before?
No.
So I had them in high school.
Is that a McDonald's thing?
No, so what is on the McRib? Mm-hmm. It's called a riblet.
Oh, okay.
They call it the McRib because it's a specific one.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if it comes to our area.
Yeah, so if it does, I could try doing that on here.
There's some that have it year-round, like in the middle of Canada.
Okay. And
people just love them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Canada, they probably use real ingredients, not whatever they're doing here with filler stuff. That is right, though. There is more Star Wars stuff.
Oh, we're back.
The Skeleton Crew, which is supposedly coming out in January, it says, in the first episode of Skeleton Crew, we are introduced to 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet and get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy, finding their way. That's it. That's the synopsis. That is the most vague thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's every Star Wars series. That's literally every Star Wars movie, series, episode.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, I don't know. We'll see what it is. I wonder if that new galaxy they're in is possibly the one that Ahsoka's in, because I think it's supposed to tie in.
They're really pushing these tie-ins really hard.
Well, because it's supposed to tie in with that movie.
The movie that's never coming?
Yeah. No, it's coming.
Maybe.
It's coming. I think it's definitely coming. You just have to have hope in it.
Have to believe.
Yeah, like Ted Lasso said, believe. Yes, I had another thing in here that just talked about it. Yep, release in January 2024. So that's really not too far away. Just a couple months and we get more Star Wars content.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. For a while they were going back to back with... Oh, no, you know what? They're still going back to back. Ahsoka ended and Loki started up. I haven't caught Loki yet.
That's true. That they're going back to back with Marvel.
Yep. Yeah. The only thing I got, did you see the deleted scene from the last Thor movie?
No, I did not.
Where in the comics there's a frog.
Okay.
That has the power of Mjolnir.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I think I did see this.
So what they did with this one...
Yep, I saw it.
Loki turned Thor into the frog. Mm-hmm. And then it's a deleted scene.
Yep, I did see this, actually.
So I thought that was pretty cool that it exists. So.
I didn't know it was real, though. I thought somebody was like... It was like a fan edit type thing.
No, I think it was just a deleted scene.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool.
But that's all I got, but we don't... You got anything else you want to talk about? I know we were just doing the Ahsoka.
Yeah, we were just doing the Ahsoka. I can save stuff for the actual full episode later this week, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right.
All right, guys. This has been a mini episode of Nerds in the Gym podcast. I'm Brendan.
And I'm Marco.
Catch you Thursday.
Bye.